Alrighty, see what I got here. New Goodwin Racing strut bar I just got. It's on the crash base style. The cool thing about this one is that it on the right side here, the cool thing is on this right side here, it will clear the your brake reservoir. So the original one, a lot of people were having the brake reservoir touch here and on their cars. A lot of people have it and a lot of people didn't. There was some people had plenty of clearance, some people didn't, and my car was one of the cars that didn't have any clearance. And I actually had to shift the old one, the first version, over to the left forward, just to get barely a little bit of clearance. I don't like that because you know, when you're driving the car around, things move, and this, you know, there's flexing and stuff. And I was only able to get a couple millimeters, so I don't like that. So that's why I got this one. It gives me more clearance. So okay, it looks pretty nice. I already see one defect on it. Right when I took it, when I unbagged it, it's actually a welding defect. Whoever did the welds on this did not do a good job. It basically, look at it right here. It's right here. Let's see. It's right in there. You see that right there? That right there is a crack in the weld. I know exactly what caused that. As a welder, you know, you look at welds and when thing goes wrong, you can actually tell. So this crack right through the weld here, this is caused by what we call crater crack. When you weld aluminum, so this end right here, you actually see it's like a divot. It's a crater basically. That's where the person that welded this ended. So they started the weld over here, and they did 1, 2, 3 beads over, and this is why they ended the weld. So basically what happens there, right here, is that when they stop the weld, as you stop the weld, when you weld aluminum, when you stop the weld, because aluminum, when it melts, it expands. You know, all metals, when they're molten, when they're liquid, they expand, and when they cool down and turn back into a solid, they actually contrast. And the person that welded this, they basically, as that they had the last puddle there, the proper way of preventing this is that as you're at your last puddle, what you need to do is you need to slowly ease off on the power on the foot pedal. Now this is TIG welded on the foot pedal of the TIG welder, and as the puddle slowly contracts, you need to basically dip a couple more times to fill in, because as it contrasts, it's shrinking and it's forming this puddle. So you need to dip in a couple times to fill in that crater, so that way you keep it as basically either leveled with the rest of the crater or with the rest of the bead, or kind of convex. If you don't, you just let it shrink and form a crater. This is what happens, especially if you let off the pedal really fast. If you're there, you have the pedal and you just let off real quick. You let off the power real quick, it will shrink real fast, and that actually causes a stress, and that's why it cracks. So this is called crater crack. So that's definitely a defect in the weld. So now I'm gonna have to get in contact with Goodwin Racing and show them a picture of this. Anyway, so yeah, so that's kind of a bummer. Hopefully they have some more. They didn't sell out of these things. And this is the same thing that seems like all their at least whoever their supplier is that's making this for them. I think the company that's making this for them is probably, I think, based out of LA somewhere, or the LA area. And they have the same problem with it seems like every single one of their welds on the aluminum. They basically, here's another one, for example. Every single one of them, where they end, right? You see that how it's cratered. Those are, whoever welded this thing, they basically did it too fast. They're just cranking, slamming through this. I think that was the reason why it looks like this. Because it's hard to believe that someone that welds that. Looking at this bead, this looks like a decent bead. So hard for me to believe that someone that could make this bead nice like this will end up the weld like this. Neither no one taught them how to do this, or because they were pressed for time, and whoever they worked, they're like, oh, you gotta crank this much out in an hour or whatever it is. So they're doing it as fast as they can, and they don't do that, and they don't, at the end of the weld they have to slow down. That that adds a few seconds to the welds. So they're cranking them out as fast as possible. I think that's what's happening. So this is sloppy work. This is very sloppy work when you see this stuff. Every single bead where it ends, it has a crater. So over time, these things can crack on you. Even though right now you look at it, there's no crack. They can crack on you. And this right here was a perfect example of that. This crater crack. So I'm not really impressed with wherever this company that makes this strut bars for Goodwin Racing. So this is their this is Goodwin Racing's Road to Sport brand. The in-house brand. So whoever they contract to make this stuff, that company is doing sloppy work basically. So this is sloppy work. So this is the second strut bar that I have that's defective. So this is the version 2. My version 1, the first one I got, that had a defect too. So I had to get in touch with the Goodwin Racing, and they actually sent me another one that was okay, but still, so far right now it's been 2 bad out of 4. So that's not a good number. That's not a good 2 bad out of 4, 2 defects out of 4, at least on my end that I've received. That's not a good number at all. So they need to, that company or Goodwin Racing needs to have a discussion with the company that they are having make these, and give them some kind of prep talk or something, because this type of stuff is not acceptable. All right. So anyways, that's it.